motion, what is meant by motion? Do you know what is meant by motion? How do you understand that this object takes motion? How do we identify that? It's a simple word. For example, just you look at me, I'm just standing there. I'm just going to change my position. I'm going to change my position. Now I'm stationary. So scientifically nothing is stationary because earth is revolving around us. Nothing is stationary. But literally I'm just standing. I'm on a static model. I'm just as a stationary model. I'm just moving. I'm just changing my position with the surrounding and time. Within I'm just, how many seconds I'm just covering. See, I'm just moving here, changing position. I'm just changing my position. This is point A, this is point B. From point A, I'm changing position with the surrounding, with the rest or time. Do you all understand what is meant by motion? Students, do you have any doubt? Students, do you have any doubt? Can you identify what is meant by motion? Once again, I repeat you. An object change its position, changing position by surrounding or time is known as motion. Now, do you all understand that? What is meant by motion? So, mathematically we can represent as del x. Del x. When you come to higher class, you can know about that. Del x, del or d, which means difference in position, the respective of the time is known as motion. I hope you all understand that. Now I am going to explain about what are the types of motions. First motion. First about rectilinear motion. I just called two of the students from 9th standard. They are going to give a live demo. See this object. You don't think it is an object. It is an object which is moving in a. When objects move in a straight line, an object moves in a straight line which is known as rectilinear motion. You all understand that what is rectilinear motion? An object, once again, an object comes in a straight line. Whenever object comes in a straight line, we can call this as a rectilinear motion. Next, we are going to know about the curvilinear motion. What is it by curve? Little bending effect. Now, the object is thrown. He is going to catch the ball. So, the object takes curves to reaching his hand. When the object just take curves, which is known as curvilinear motion. When the object is moving to take curves, which is known as curvilinear motion. The same principle only, mostly the athletes they are using, mostly javelin throw, they are using the projectile motion. Projectile motion and the object moving in a particular distance take curves. It falls under the gravity. Next, I am going to explain about the rotatory motion. So rotatory motion, an object rotates about its axis. Just look at this globe, there is an axis. Now how many degree Earth inclined? Do you all know how many degree the Earth inclined? Students? Higher standard? You all studied in geography, no? 23? 1 by 2, 23.5 degree is inclined. So look at this. So this Earth is rotating about its axis. About its axis. This is an axis. Earth is rotate about its axis known as Earth rotates about its axis known as rotatory motion. Rotatory motion. There is a small difference between the circular motion and rotatory motion. Now I am going to explain about the circular motion. Look at this. I am just to take this forward. I am going to rotate like this. When I am going to rotate like this, it covers circular path about the center. See, my hand is the center of this curve. You just listen, An object circulate about its center is known as. Do you all understand that? An object covers, circular path about its center. If about its axis is known as rotate, there is a difference. This is about the center. This is it's an axis. Understand that? Do you all understand that? Now spinning top is also, so one of the best example of rotatory. You all know about top? In Tamil word bambaram. How many of you know bambaram? So top. This is, this rotating about it axis. So it is the best example of, rotatory motion. This is a circular motion I told you. Now I am going to explain about the same bob, same thread. I am going to explain about the periodic motion. Just listen that. See, my dear students. See, look at this. I am just going to release this bob. Listen. An object covers equal distances in equal interval of time is known as, an object covers equal distances in equal interval of time is known as, what is that? It's called a periodic motion. For example, earth rotation also is earth rotation and the clock. These are the example of periodic motion. Next I am going to explain about the vibratory motion. Any one of you, two of you come from 8th standard. Vibratory motion. See, my dear students, this is string. Here in the same experiment, I can explain vibratory motion as well as oscillatory motion. See, just keep it stretch. I am going to stretch this. I think you all know the vibrating, vibrating. The string is getting vibrating, So this motion here, the object is getting, just imagine carefully, just listen carefully, my dear students. When I tap it, it just creates some vibration. Here the object moves up and down. So it is known as vibratory motion. Same, it is almost like oscillatory motion also. When the particles are getting accelerated, acceleration it just goes up and down. So this also can explain about the oscillatory motion. When you start this, the particles are moving up and comes to the point. At the same experiment, I can able to explain harmonic motion. Harmonic motion will be studied in higher class. See, this object is, I am just keeping the center point. I am just keeping the center point. I just release it. There is the vibration. This vibration takes place in the center point. Again, it comes back to the center point. Once again, I do that. I just up and down. The particles are moves up and down in a fixed point is known as harmonic motion. Thank you. Next, I am going to explain about very important one. Brownian motion. You will be studying in higher class also. I am just collecting some pollen grains. From so far, I am collecting some pollen grains. Do you know what is pollen grains? How many of you know pollen grains? Which is like a seed, seed which is taking part of the fertilizers and pollen grains. I am just adding this pollen grains into the water. So these pollen grains, suppose if you look at this through the microscope, this pollen grains take zigzag movement, which means which is moving in a random motion, which is known as Brownian motion. So the particles, the pollen grains, which is moves in a random motion, or it's not in order. This is known as Brownian motion. So next, I hope you all understand that these are the types of motions. Finally, I am going to explain about the translatory motion. This one. This is the inclined part. So listen carefully, my dear students. I am just releasing this object. I am going to release this object. Listen carefully. So this object is coming down. When it's coming down, it covers some equal points. So listen, once again I do this. I am just releasing this object, which is covering equal distances in equal point. And finally, which is reaching in a particular destination, which is known as translatory motion. Do you all understand that? These are the types of motions are there. I hope you all understand that. Thank you. These collaterals.